that helps promote positive changes in the classroom and in the community. USA 7's Rugby promotes sportsmanship, teamwork, and exercise for Valley children, and its influence is growing.
Here to show us how your kids can get involved, VP of Business Development Rob Cornelius and Chris Leffler, former Clark County School District teacher and current Bubezi Pride volunteer. Good morning to both of you and welcome.
Good morning, ladies.
This is a wonderful program. And Rob, let's start with you. When did the partnership between the Rugby Association and the school district begin?
We started this 5 years ago when we first came to Las Vegas with the USA 7. So thanks to Judy Myers from the Clark County School District, Chris, and all the teachers that have fallen in love with the program. We have now seen over 30,000 kids through the program, and every year 2,000 kids get to come out to the stadium and really experience the event, plus learn about the sport and the culture of these countries. And then we've got a great ambassador here in Chris Leffler that is now on a new journey in his life that we're talking about today, and it's just a great program. We're very excited.
Yes, Rob, you did tell me that. So, Chris, you had never played rugby before.
No, ma'am. No, when I first got involved, actually, I'm a football guy. That's my background. And I learned right along with the kids, which kind of made it fun for them and for me. You know what I mean? It was, like Rob will tell you, it's a level playing field for everybody in America because it's not an American sport yet. It's getting there, and it's exciting to be part of it as it grows. So the kids are really enthusiastic about being part of that growth as well.
Can you describe to us what rugby is for people who don't understand or know the sport?
I'll defer to you. Rob's the guy.
I guess with rugby and Rugby Sevens, what we do is a very open game, very lateral pitches, kicking the ball forward, football without pads. Americanize it, take away your linebacker, your lineman, your defensive line, offensive line, running backs against receivers.
There's a lot of contact.
Yeah, very much a lot of contact. Very physical sport, great, very fast-paced, lots of action, lots of big hits. Yeah, so if you see that, there's lots of good fun out there, and it's very patriotic. And the stands is great. You can't see anything like it, and you know, it's great for us to expose this to our children in the city.
And now, how does the rugby play into the curriculum with the schools?
Well, we do. I'll do the athletic side of it. We do it inside the PE curriculum, so it's not an after-school sport. They actually get it inside their PE curriculum, just like they would with soccer or football or any other sport. And then Chris wants to take over. We do the educational part of it, which is huge. And then the last of it, which I think is the biggest part we do, is the culture of the sport and being ladies and gentlemen and the respect and the culture of the game and really teaching kids kind of what is lost in American sports today, and that's really the pride and respect of the sport and each other. So I'd like Chris talk about the school because that's great.
Well, yeah, all right. But I'd like to key off a little bit what Rob was saying as well. The life skills that they get, I think, is the most important thing. And they do get opportunities at some schools if they want to play during the day. Depending on how involved the teachers or the PE person gets, you can have kids playing every day at elementary level. It's flag, of course, no contact. I say that because at Durfell Elementary, where I was a teacher before, kids played every day, and we never had any injuries, never had any problems, and these kids, they ran the sport themselves. So they're out there making the decisions, working together, getting teamwork, cooperation, all of that, and then building the leadership that these kids need too, because they don't get opportunities in school always to become leaders or express their leadership qualities. So, but back to the curriculum, it's great because each school adopts the country, and they literally adopt them. So you learn all about that country before the team gets there. You learn, the culture of what goes on in that country, the language, some of the things that are unique to those particular countries, stuff that our kids would have never known had they not.
The players are from different countries.
Exactly. There's 16 different teams from around the world that come. So you got New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, Kenya, and there's a bunch of them that are new and coming too. So it's not something that these kids are exposed to here.
The
these
scope
cultures
of the life skills that these kids get to use in this program is amazing.
I love it. For a guy like me who comes from other backgrounds before teaching, you really want kids to get the things that they're going to carry with them every
day. And the kids are getting physical, which a lot of kids don't do these days.
Physical, mental, all of it, and the culture. I mean, like Chris said, how many of us knew as growing up as children where Fiji was, where Samoa was, where was Kenya, and then have an opportunity to meet these the Olympic athletes coming to their school and interacting with these kids. It's unbelievable. And the kids, and not only do I say the kids in the school, the actual participants from these countries, the joy they get from meeting these children when they fly across the world. They're really outside their element when they come to America from Kenya, South Africa, all these different countries for the first time, and you come in our shiny city of Las Vegas. it can be overwhelming. And these little kids just bring it all back to what's real and what's normal.
And these kids get to go see you play then?
They see their teams
they're
play.
Invited?
Yeah,
their teams play?
We take 2,000 kids out to the stadium. They all have their different shirts on. We have our local different sponsors. We have a few, Perini Construction, Pinta Constructions, a couple other companies that came to help us. And you know, we actually have to provide the transportation, the T-shirts, and all this stuff for these kids. But you know, it's more these kids have such a life lesson.
And just very quickly, Chris, we mentioned that you were a Bubezi Pride volunteer. What exactly is that?
Well, that's something unique that I just got onto this year. It's an organization out of London, England, that for the last 4 years have been going to 10 to 12 different countries in Africa. And they spend 6 months there teaching the local community, the children, life skills through the sport of rugby. So if you think back to what Nelson Mandela said about sport having the power to change the world and what he did with rugby in his own country of South Africa, Bubezi Pride is following that same kind of leadership doctrine where they teach these kids everything that they need right through sport. And it does, it makes a huge difference. I'm excited to be going.
One quick one on that, Chris.
Go ahead.
He's the first American to ever do this.
Wow.
This whole program ever.
Thanks,
first
Rob.
non-rugby person ever to do this. So coming from our city,
2 records.
a non-rugby guy that's turned into the biggest rugby advocate to now 6 months in Africa, 10 countries, teaching
That's
life
phenomenal.
skills. It
Super
is
exciting.
really
Super
cool.
exciting.
That's what we're doing.
Thank you so much.
done.
All right, thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you for all your work, and thank you, Rob.
Yeah, thank you.
The Adopt a Country program and its growing influence in the classrooms teaches students sportsmanship, teamwork, healthy living, and much more. It's a partnership between CCSD and USA Sevens Rugby. To learn more about the USA Sevens Rugby, just head to the website on your screen. They're also on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be right back.